Well, good evening. I'm Rick Dancer. Welcome to Social Intercourse. I love that. I heard that somewhere, so I decided I'm doing a show called Social Intercourse because I think that's a good thing to have. I think we need to have more social intercourse than we're having right now because what the world needs now is social intercourse. But I should warn all of you, bring your own protection, okay? Because you never know what's going to happen. Our show is sponsored by Buck Sanitary Service. The buck stops here. Because why? Because they're so awesome. And because Scott and Lisa Well believe that people should have a voice. They don't always have to agree with my conversations, but they do believe people should have the right to have a conversation. I have been on the phone all day. People have been asking me, so where do we go for the fires? Where do we go now to get supplies since the Masonic Lodge site was shut down? There's still people there. There's not much there. They've taken it down to other locations where they can store it. They are working on finding a location. We have some ideas that people have thrown out there. Let me do something. I want to move my camera over here. You guys would laugh if you saw what I have my camera on. I have my phone for Instagram on a Kleenex box. I am a professional. Let's see, Jason, I've been a bad boy. I'm sure you have. You're probably stoned right now. Socially distant intercourse or mask at your own risk. Well, let me tell you, when I have intercourse, we're close, okay? We're going to be close at this. Rattlesnakes and condoms, two things I know. Marlene, you vile creature. You look amazing as always. Oh, thanks, Jamie. The hair is a little wild today. Oh, did you guys see, I don't know how much you follow me, but did you see some guy came on one of my pages, I don't know him, and he said, he hashtagged his comment. In fact, his only comment was hashtag get a big boy haircut. Get a big boy haircut. That was his comment. So as you know, me being the kind and gentle man that I am, when I saw the hashtag get a big boy haircut and saw that he was bald, I wrote back and said something to the effect that, I don't know, I can't even remember what it was, but it was basically, Mr. whatever your name was, I get my haircut for the girls. You can get your haircut for the boys, and you go ahead and get your big boy haircut. And let's see where the girls go, if they're going to go to you or they're going to come to me. Thanks, Chris. It was such a trite. It was like, here's this conversation, and then here's this super, super trite comment. And I'm like, what are people doing anyway? So anyway, I don't want to talk about bad stuff. I want to talk about good stuff. I think if we're going to have social intercourse, we should do it well, don't you? There's so many great things going on after these fires, and take it as a compliment. Women like hair. Well, apparently this man does too. He just didn't have any. Hair envy is such a sad thing, And they say penis envy is bad. Hair envy is, well, probably equal. So the folks who are involved with the relief effort for evacuees from the McKenzie River Valley fires, they're working on finding a location. They may have one. I've given them a couple of people that we've connected through lines and waivers and all these kind of stuff. So they may have a location to tell you about soon. And when they do, I will let you know. I'm not part of their group. I don't claim to be. They're doing this on their own, and they're working hard to make that happen. So I'm not trying to take any credit here. But that's in the works. But man, the stories that are coming out about people and how they're helping other people, and gosh, just absolutely mind blowing. And I think we've had 8 months of COVID, and all the depression with all that kind of stuff. The world needs love in these situations. David Willis, I would 100% agree with you. Hold on, your comment on Instagram, Matthew. Did some social intercoursing buying corn. I don't want to talk about social intercourse and corn at the same time in the same breath. I grew up in Camp Creek, so thankful you're okay. Thank you, Deanna. Yeah, we're fine. Kathy and I are fine. I love long hair on some men. Not all men can wear long hair. That stuff's getting pretty long. My wife teases me because, can I confess something? When I go to the gym, I wear a hat, but because your hair's like that, I put it in a little tiny man bun. I do. Explain to me what social intercourse is. Did you really ask me that? Somebody on Instagram. Oh, my train's coming. Hold on. Just some of my fans. It's not really a bun. It's just like a little pony, but it holds it in there so you can put your hat on. So anyway, that's what I do. Jacob, how you doing, buddy? Jacob, I have a story. I can't tell it publicly because it's like really bad, but it happened at the gym. It involved a mask and a lady who was being a bitch. I'll just tell you that, but I'll tell you privately. That's a PM, okay? That doesn't happen over here. Bill donated some big men's clothing. That's awesome. I love trains. You know, and Eugene's trying to get this one to shut up. They don't want this one anymore. And they're trying to get this thing shut down, and they don't want the noise anymore. I like it. I think it's kind of nostalgic. And my office is right here. It doesn't bother me. Shalina, thank you for the hair comment. I don't do that to get hair compliments. Believe me, I get enough. I love your hair and your ink. Oh, thanks. I love my ink too. I saw my guy today. So I'm getting the Sawtooth Mountains put right here in 3 weeks. They're going to be here. And then under here is going to be another thing. We haven't decided yet. And then back here is going to be a big compass that says PNW on it. How's that? You're on a roll today. You know what, Tawnee? I started my morning as kind of a butthead. I wish I could tell you this story, but there's people who would not appreciate it. And so anyway, somebody asked me what social intercourse is, because that's what our show is about, and we're sponsored by Buck Sanitary Service. It's just a chance to talk about what great people you guys are and how wonderful. But social intercourse is when you and I talk. It's that simple. Don't make it dirty. It doesn't have to be dirty. If you make it dirty, that's you. That's on you. I'm just saying social intercourse. If you want to take that in a different way, that's fine. I grew up by the side of, I love trains. Lost Instagram feed. Oh, did you? What? It wasn't coming up or something? Love your hair. My dad had hair like yours until he passed at 91. I want to live to 91. Except I want to live to 92. But I told my wife the other day, because of 2020, this whole year sucked. Okay? It sucks. And so when I get on my deathbed, I'm going to look at God and I'm going to say, because he listens to me all the time, anything I want. And I'm going to say, you know what? You owe me a year. Because 2020, I don't know where you were. I don't know if you were taking vacation or you were sleeping, but guess what? That really didn't live up to a standard. So I get another year. Maybe something that reminds you of the holiday fire on your inner bicep. That'd be kind of cool. That's not a bad idea, except it was kind of scary. Actually, you're full of shit today. Laura, wow. You eat with that mouth? Oh my God. That's horrible. People shouldn't live near tracks or airports if they can't handle the noise. I know. It's like, grow a pair. Put on your big boy hair. I think more trains are needed. Mine is going off right now too. I love trains. Oh, it crashed. There is clothes and food and toiletries at the Eugene Fairgrounds for evacuees. And I understand there's something up the McKinsey too, maybe at the Walterville Grange. I don't know that for sure. You know what I love? I like doing these shows that have no reason. These are harder to see. Oh, wow, that's a long one. Good. How can, oh, there we go. I can do that. With all these fires happens, 6 kids have decided the family that we can have our 6 kids and others go through our house and pick and choose what they want to donate. That's a great idea. I know, one thing I figured out is Savath for life. I'm saying that right. Is how much stuff, like what did you really, when you evacuate your home, you take just what you need. And then when I come home, I'm going, so why do I have all that other crap? I don't even need it. That's like asking God for a rewrite. Yeah, exactly. Folks with the gray hair and beard grooming. Yeah, okay, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm pulling a Bob Hope, lived to be 100 and died 2 weeks later. My grandmother lived to 103. My wife's grandma lived to 107 and her other one lived to 90 something. I used to babysit Laura's kids when I was in high school. Laura the potty mouth? Really? You babysat Laura the potty mouth's kids? I love your smile and laughter. Oh, thank you, Susie. Haven't officially downgraded the evacuation warning yet. Yeah, I think it's a 2 now. I think most places are a 1, and I think it's a 2 up there, but I don't think they're letting people in. Just read that 427 homes burned up river. Yeah, 427 people's homes. So that's part of what I thought we should kind of chat a little bit about. They still need a lot of help. And you guys, this isn't going to go away for people. And they're going to run out of money. And they're not going to have a place to live. So really keep kind of close eyes on these pages. There's some pages like Camp Creek Neighbors. There's some Blue River Valley. The group that's providing this stuff, they're going to be back up and running. And of course, I will let you know when that happens as soon as they let me know they find a place. If you know of any, we've got a 1 location they're looking at, but if you know of anywhere where there's a 10,000 square foot warehouse, that's what they need. I've been living in Thurston most of my life. Train traffic is easy to get used to. Hey, Jared, how are you? We saw you doing an interview at Bangers and Brews. Oh, yeah. They were a client of mine. I like them. They're great people. Pike, Oregon, how are you? Just had a fundraiser last week. We had raised over $300 for United Way. Good for you. Let's see. Yes, the potty mouth. Laura, you got a new name, girl. Potty mouth. Keep exercising. You'll get to 100. I keep doing what I can do. Are the plans for October 3rd help the cleanup still on? Yes. I will get you more information. In fact, I should write myself a note. Yeah, my girlfriend said that same shit when we were packing up the holding at level 1. Isn't that true? As you kind of, Paul, you kind of go, why do I have this if I don't, why do I need it? We have talked about this SP Railroad before I knew your grandfather. My family were on the railroad in Klamath Falls. So you knew Laura's grandfather, because I think he worked there. Is that who you're talking to? Cool thing is her daughter has a daughter that was born on my birthday. Do you guys want to have your own little conversation here? Laura, popular potty mouth. Yeah, I think there's a lot of us that want to help clean up. Why don't they open the Tokatee Conference Center? I don't know. 2020, in my opinion, has been along the lines of a book of Job, a test. That's actually a great distinction. Laura potty mouth, I'd like that. Somebody came on the other day, some lady, you guys don't see all the good stuff. I had a lady come on my page and she was like really mad. And she said how I couldn't be, I was a bad Christian because I said fuck or something. And I was like, so sometimes you guys see me at my worst and sometimes you see me at my best. When I answered her back, I was at my worst. I was like, oh, so I wrote back, this is why some people don't like Christians, because they're so judgmental. And I don't think Jesus would give up about me saying, but I said it. That went over well. And then I blocked her. Bye. You're done. People spending more time with family, getting back to the basics. Yes, Lake County will take more families anyone needing a home. Lake County is the best. James, I think I recognize you. Did you, do you live in Lake County? If you know small families that need a place to live. So anyway, James, if you get back on here, are you the guy that went up to the bike trail with us? I'm looking at your picture, and that's who you look like. You look familiar. Let me know. So people, you guys on Instagram and all this are offering places for people. Justin, thank you. I'm just another dude trying to do his life. I had somebody who just got off the phone with me because I ran for Secretary of State against our current governor, who's doing a very bad job. But I ran for Secretary of State. I didn't run for governor. And anyway, she, what was I talking about? Oh, and this guy's going, I'm thinking about running for a local position and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, because you know what I really believe? I think we can do so much more out here than you can when you get into politics. And I think we've grown up, because I think used to be politics were kind of an effective way to get some things done. I just don't see that anymore. I think they're so disjointed and so messed up and it's not politicians are bad. It's the system is wrong. It doesn't work. And especially when you have a super majority in your state, like we have right now. So you really have one party in power. I'd rather see three parties in their equal power so that you have people having a say. And that's partly what's wrong with our country right now. But so much is going on. The other day when Judge Ginsburg died, I was like, oh my gosh, another thing? How many more things can we do? Yes, I knew her grandfather was a crew dispatcher in Klamath Falls. Great analogy. I agree about Job. Yes, born and raised. So James, is that you? Are you? I have a block. I have to block followers daily. Oh, that's Jason. So James, is that you? Are you the dude that went up there maybe, or did we meet you when we were there? Because you look familiar to me. Did you ever serve time at Snake River? I was only in there for a short time, and I didn't do it. I mean, obviously. I'm kidding. It's called corrupt government. No, I didn't go up the trail with you. Sorry, I missed it. I'm a county commissioner here. Seriously, nonpartisan? Yeah, that's our county commissioners are supposed to be too. So James, you're a county commissioner in Lake County. Huh. How are you guys doing? I love your county, by the way. Thank you, Jennifer. I appreciate that. That's kind of cool. We got a Lake County commissioner. Oh, I was talking bad about politicians. Sorry, James. Everybody but James. I wasn't talking about James. Christians aren't perfect. We're just forgiven. Yeah. Okay. I agree. But nobody's perfect. But when Christians start telling me that I'm not a good representation of God because I said the F word, yes, screw her. Just got back from a haircut. What are we talking about? Hair, mine, not yours. Don't bring your hair on here, Matt. Who cuts your hair? You don't go to the same barber I do you? No. Kate Brown needs a spanking. Go ask rural Oregon. I think I know who will give it to her. Your personality is spectacular. Tell me how you feel about our amazing governor. I got along great with Kate when I ran against her for Secretary of State. We respected each other. We treated each other with great care. And it was a good race, and she won. Oregonians picked her. But in terms of forest management and taking care of the trees, since my house nearly burned, I have some questions about that, and I think we're going to see that as we move forward in that conversation. I am all for looking into climate change as long as we also look at forest management. Both have to play a part in that conversation, and if she's not willing to do that, then we need to find somebody who is. Other things, I'll just leave for now. I think I've said stuff before. Hey, Rick, I have a bunch of kitchen stuff I would love to donate to a family affected by the fires. Lots of pots and pans, coffee pots, and more. If you know of someone needing. Okay, you guys see that? So Tracy would, and you guys have to do this. You can't just rely on me and other people to do this for you. You're seeing, I'm sorry, I'm not looking at you guys. It's not that I don't love you. It's just that it's so hard when my face is really big over here and then I'm over here and it's just a small little picture. Oh, Kate has changed. Power does that to people. Power does that to people. We're doing well. It's just mopping up at the Bratton fire. No worries regarding your comments about politicians. Couldn't agree more. Oh, you seem like a good dude. I should do a live show with you sometime and talk about Lake County stuff going. I love to let my people, like these are my people. I'm Moses. Do you guys think that I resemble Moshe? I mean, do you think if I had a rod and I screamed, "Let my people go," do you think they would? Yeah, but in T. Maria C. Yeah, absolutely. Climate change and forest management, right. But you know what? The message that people are putting out there is it's just one or the other. And I just don't buy that anymore. I just don't buy it at all. I just got back from 2 weeks in Ohio and life is so different in an area I was in. No homeless signs, no panhandling. People are lacking here. Yeah, we need help. Not all Oregonians. Many of us voted for you. I know, Tawnee, of course you would because you love me. Please run for governor again. I never ran in the first place for governor. So I don't have to run again. Long hair, you'd look like Moses. Okay, so let's do this, Bernie. I think I'm like the modern day childish haircut Moses guy. Hashtag childish haircut. Yeah, and he was bald. Just remember that. I have nothing against people that don't have hair. But when you don't have hair and you make fun of mine, then I'm going to start calling a little bit of foul. When I was in the news business, it was always the bald dudes that would say, "Oh my God, Rick Dancer, you have such gray hair." And I'd go, "Well, it is hair." She's too busy trying to normalize. Oh, Jason, stop it. LOL, Moses. But you know what? More of an Abraham. You think, James, why Abraham, though? I kind of, the Moses, well, Abraham had all this too. Don't tell my wife, I'm going to keep growing it for the fall, but I have to keep it pointed so it don't look like Santa Claus. Because I'm not really, I had a kid say, "You look like Santa." And I'm going, that's not really the look I'm after. I mean, if they said, like, "You look like sexy Santa," now that, that's okay. Kind of. Is there a reputable escrow service in Eugene? Reputable? Reputable. That's good. I want to set up a grassroots foundation for rebuilding homes damaged by all the Oregon fires. Cascade Title. They're really good. I would check with them. They're very reputable and they've been around forever. At least you have a lot of hair to cut. See, exactly, Susie. Thank you. Susie moves to the top of my fan list. The rest of you are lacking. You can be shunned. Thank you for the wonderful YouTube on the Moore family from Glide. We love our Glide family. Love your humor and your boldness. Stacy, you're welcome. I love Frank and Jeannie Moore. I'll tell you kind of a personal thing. I mean, I met Frank 30 years ago, and I was down at his house doing a story about him. And then he took us down to the river to fish to get some video. And while we're down there, the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile pulled up and the door opens up like a spaceship. And these two kids came out and Frank's just charming them like he always does and doing what Frank does best is just love people. And then he asked them to come up to his log cabin for a cheese sandwich. So we followed him up there. We all had cheese sandwiches. And that's how I ended the story. Tony, I'd have coffee with you any day. And so when I went back a couple of years ago, Bernie, thank you. We love doing those. And then we got a new one coming up. I'll tell you about that in a second. Remind me, will you? Thanks, Jared. Anyway, when I went back down there and did a story with him, he's a lot older and he was 92, I think, at the time. He's 97 now. And he put his arms around me. I never had a grandpa. And Frank put his arms around me and he's helping me fish from the back, like teaching me how to cast this fishing line. And It was the most warm. I still feel it today. It was almost like it was like what I think it would be like if God put his arms around you. And here's Frank Moore. He's enveloping me and he's just showing, no, Rick, now just be easy. I'm showing you how to fish. And it was like the most pure, unadulterated love that you can feel from someone. And I'll never forget that, man. And I'm trying to set up a live to do with he and Jeannie through his daughter. So hopefully we'll get that sometime this week. And I saw online, excuse me, where they everything was lost. But I also know a little secret. And that'll be for another day. But things get restored. You do have damn good hair. Tree, I appreciate that. Going it through November, December 1st, it would be pretty much past Moses. I'm going all the way to January. I voted for you. I appreciate that. James Williams. You just don't look like you've been wandering the desert or climbing around Mount Sinai. Well, it's because you haven't seen me in my robe. When I leave here, like when I'm not at work and stuff, I have a long robe. And just so I can answer the question, I don't wear anything underneath it. So I have the robe and I have the cane and I travel around and wherever I go, I try to talk like regular people. Thou'st shutteth up, things like that. I get in my car, move, I part traffic, like the Red Sea and stuff like that. Yeah. A lot of times when I throw sticks in the yard and stuff, they turn into serpents. It's weird. And then a lot of people stay out of my neighborhood because we have a lot of grasshoppers. And I've been known to have like frogs all over my yard. It's the weirdest thing. But you know who's never there? I never, ever have had dinner with Pharaoh. He does not come around anymore. You have had the opportunity to meet a lot of amazing people. Lucky you. Susie, I will tell you, I have had a great life. I have met everyone from, senators and congressional people that were awesome. But my favorite are the Frank Moores, Philip Madson's, a little boy who died in the woods, and his parents. Stories like that tear your heart out. Amelia Abel, kids with cancer. Who are survivors. Those are my favorite. So you get to meet all the people who are with names that are big, but I have found that the bigger people are the ones that are less known. That's just what I found. We saw you Sunday while you were having lunch with our granddaughter. It was so funny because I feel like we are friends. We live in Prineville and grew up in the Valley, so we keep in touch by watching you live. We so appreciate all you do. I love how you, being people of life that haven't met, you're trying to find peace in the midst of 2020. Christy, I remember. Hold on, I might have a message for you. Okay. Sorry, I was gone. It appears that people might have found a warehouse for that location. We'll let you know tomorrow. They're having a conversation right now. Pretty sure it's called a staff, not a cane. Is your robe Technicolor? Matt, what you don't understand, Mr. Kendall, is the power I yield. Don't be telling me whether I have a rod or a staff or a cane. We're having social intercourse. This is not an appropriate conversation. And my robe, whether it's Technicolor or not, I'm not Joseph. So no, it's not Technicolor. It is Moses white. White because I am full of shit. Everything happens for a reason. Keep Keep keeping it real. That's what we do, Michael. We try. The nursery on Camp Creek next to the dairy farm is where I lived. Oh, really? I see. My house is on a former chicken thing. You know, I don't know, a bunch of stinky, shitty chickens in a barn. There was a barn up there, and the property owner before me burned it. We've been out there for a long time. I'm laughing. Doesn't it feel good to laugh? Don't make me come down there for a fashion off. Oh my God, Matt Kendall, you really want to do that, huh? You want to have a fashion off? Really? Huh? Realtor versus Moses. Who do you think's going to win that? Plus, do you know how much I pay these people? They're not going to vote for you. Oh my God. Poor Matt. He's in denial. Oh, great. Here we come. Easy on the chicken shit talk. Folks, meet Dennis Laing, one of my dear friends and fellow shit stirrer in Florence, Oregon. Yes, there's a Rick dancer in Florence, Oregon, and his name is Dennis Laing, and he is a big pain in the ass. And that's why I love him. Are you home yet? No, I'm in my office. Does it look like I'm at home? It's not 6. I'm going to leave here at 6. Terry, don't be watching me. Go, Matt. Yeah. Don't you even try it, Matt. No white robes in the country. You know the manure out there. Yeah. Well, there's a lot of manure in here. That's what I'm telling you. Hi, Jenny Graves over there. My money's on you. Sorry, Matt. Matt, it's the way it is. Matt, I know you got a haircut today, but can you do this? I didn't think so. Yours would go like this. You know, and you know what they say about men with long hair. Who needs props if you have true power? Quick, cover your face. You guys are awesome. Yes, I knew the chicken farm well. Did you really? Yeah. It had a big barn on there. And then we had our well tested when we first bought the house. And they said, God, you got a lot of nitrates. And it's like, no, that's called chicken shit. But now we don't. I like your shirt. Do you like my shirt? Can you see it? It says organic. That's my organic shirt. Thanks, Jenny. Rick, how has your bike injury, broken arm healed up? Seems like a decade shit going on. Take care and keep uplifting. Well, Craig, it's doing okay. It's kind of, I'm going to PT and it's getting better, but it's kind of, I'm having a little bit of problem with it. It's not, I can't do everything I was supposed to do. And oh, Marlene says I'm a shit stirrer as well. No, really? I'm sure all your friends and family are going, did she really just say that? Like, thank you, Marlene, for expressing the obvious. I mean, have you gotten to go back up river? I have not. I'm in my home. Yeah. I got to go home so long ago, last Monday or Sunday or something. So I've been there. I lived in a chicken coop turned house in Pleasant Hill. It's just shit. Yeah. My mom lived in literally a chicken coop. She and her 2 siblings and my grandmother, in order to go to college in Monmouth, they had to live in basically a glorified chicken coop, which I find, hey, it's the tiny town campground. You're on my page. Well, hello. You guys, okay, so now this is a perfect time. This is Instagram, this is Facebook. So starting on Wednesday, we're going to begin our next Pacific Northwest Backstories getaway adventure. So we went to Livingston, Montana, Immigrant, Montana, Bozeman, Montana, with some spots in Idaho. And you and a friend are going to get to win 2 nights in these really cool, which I will be showing you on Wednesday, these really cool little tents. They're canvas tents with really nice beds in them, and they're really cool. Or you can stay in these really nice A-frames in the hanging beds. The beds hang from the ceilings. They're air conditioned if it's summertime. This will be to use next year, in the spring when fishing's back up, because they're also going to give you a half-day guided fishing trip. And then the Follow Your Nose Barbecue is going to give you a $50 gift card to there. And then the lady in town who has a tap house for oil and vinegars, like flavored ones, she's giving a $50 gift card to go try those. Kathy and I bought a whole bunch of them, and they're awesome. And so she's giving you that. And then the guy, we did the story on this guy that makes leather purses and handbags and bags for men and all that kind of stuff. But he also makes these really cool bracelets. And he's going to do one of these, but it's going to be monogrammed with your initials on it. And you'll win that from him. So Tiny Town Campground is one of our sponsors for that show. And they just happen to be over here, which reminded me to talk about this, you guys. So thank you, Eric and company. You're going to love it because it's so fun. And you get away from life and you get into Montana, and people are just so much, are very real. And my son lives there. He loves it. So anyway, what you do is it's going to be on here. It'll be on Facebook. It'll be on Instagram, all of our channels. We also have a company out of Seattle that puts it on Explore Company sites. We're doing this thing up really big. Last time we went to Redmond and Bend area a couple months ago, and we had almost 500,000 video views. So we'll have full-length stories for you to watch so you can get a real feel for who these people are. And then we'll have short video clips, and on all of them, it'll tell you how to enter the contest. It's real simple. You're just tagging, and then the ones who are probably going to win, then they go and get, anything you do better is better. So you get on my email list, and then if you kiss a little ass, you do better. Ass kissing always helps, right, Laura? If the winters, I don't know if I could do in Montana, but I'll tell you what, I could live there. My wife and I could live there easy because so what is it for you, Laura? Have any of you who've been to Montana, what is it about Montana that draws you there? For me, it's mountains. It is the mountains, because Oregon, we have beautiful mountains, but they have huge mountains in Montana. Unbelievable. And everywhere you go, you see them. And it's just phenomenal. And same thing with Idaho. I really liked Idaho too. Don't get me wrong. I'm an Oregonian and I love it here, but we are looking around and seeing other places we'd like to go. And I'll tell you what, it's just an absolutely phenomenal place. And we're excited to bring this contest to you. And we're so happy and thankful that Tiny Town Campground's on board and helping us out with the giveaway. We couldn't do it without them. And I'll tell you what, when you see the story and see how, these are really nice places, and you're staying underneath the mountains, and then Immigrant is right there. And they have a saloon that has outside music in the spring and summertime, and they have really good food. We ate there when we were there. And then the barbecue is this great guy, Taylor, from Georgia. And this guy, he didn't fart around with barbecue. There's grilling and there's barbecue. He's barbecue. And that stuff is unbelievable. You want to taste really good meat. He does all of it himself, and they are such a cool place. And you just order it, then you can get, I had collard greens and a bunch of smoked turkey. And, oh God, so good. So anyway, you'll get to go there too. And they also have a little bakery right there, right next door. So you stay in one of the really beautiful tents, and then they have a shower and locker rooms and stuff right there. Where you can go, and a kitchen area, so you can take your own food and cook it, or you can just go over and get breakfast over there, and then go over to the barbecue and have lunch, and then go to the saloon and have dinner. That's kind of what I do. I don't go on vacation to cook. Of course, my wife would laugh. I don't cook. She doesn't let me cook. It's a whole other story. All right, I'm going to let you guys go because it's 6:00 and I want to go home. So again, thank you for all being here to have social intercourse with me. And I am glad that you all, each and every one of you, brought your own protection, because that's not my responsibility. That is your responsibility. You decided to get into this conversation, so that's your business. Remember, I want to thank everybody. We want to thank Buck's Sanitary Service for sponsoring us so that we can do the things that we do. We also want to thank all of you that are donating to the fire victims, the people that are evacuated from their homes. And please continue to find ways to reach out. As soon as we know whether they have a new location for that drop-off site, I will let you know and come in and let you kind of figure out what that is so you can continue to help. As somebody who was evacuated and didn't almost lose their home, but thought they were gonna, because we were leaving the house like that. We got to be not only just, I think it's really easy to say we're praying for you. I mean, praying for you, that's good. It's really good. But we also need, faith and love and care and concern and community. Those are action words. So we need to be helping. So on October, I think it's October 3rd, there will be like a big, if people are in by then, that could change. But if it goes as planned, there's going to be a big work party. And so a whole bunch of us are going to go up there on that day, and we're going to help folks put things back together. And I need to find out more about that so I can let you know. And if it changes, of course, I will let you know as well. So those are things to kind of keep in the back of your mind if you're one of our regulars and kind of hanging in there. Okay, so that's it. Have a good night. Thanks for being here. I got to figure out how to do that. Oh, there we go. Just go boom. And now we get rid of you. It's just that easy. I know. I am so